Alright, just coming down the garage. I'll make this a pretty short video. I'm just going over what's going to be coming to the channel within the next month or so as far as the Monte goes. So, pretty much just trying to button up the drivetrain. I think I have a transmission lined up, so that's one thing marked off the list. If I get that, I'll have to order the cross member and the torque converter. So hopefully that goes to plan. We'll see about that within the next week or so. So if I mark the transmission off the list, I can get it in the car with the cross member and everything. So that's one thing. I've also been looking up and pricing out the turbo kit. Actually sent the company I'm thinking about going with an email, seeing if they were in stock or not. So they said they were in stock. So try to order that sooner than later, because I did talk to them. They said around tax time everybody starts balling out, so try to get it a little bit before that. But for the most part, within the next week or a couple days, really, just working on the accessory drive and everything. So gonna get this bracket cleaned up, and then I'll probably spray paint this along with the valley cover. I'm debating if I want to try to take the alternator apart and paint that black also, but I think all this is going to be painted black. And I have stuff just sitting back here, like spacer for the water pump. I did go with the LS1 style instead of the truck style water pump, so it needs 3/4 inch spacers for it to line up with the truck accessories, along with I believe this is the tensioner, maybe. Yeah, I believe that's the tensioner. A little oil feed line for the turbo when I get to that point. The idler relocator, I'll go over that here in a second. But I have like gaskets and everything, so this is what I'm going to be focused on mostly for the next week. So that idler relocator, put the idler about there on the truck intake, and I'll go over while I'm doing that here in a second. Then I ordered a couple more fittings. I think I'm just missing one fitting for the fuel system or the fuel lines. So I have the stock sending unit. I'm gonna go with that. I have a wiring harness I picked up off a buddy, and then fuel pump I picked up off of another buddy. They just happen to be the same brand. Debating if I want to go with the little bit larger pump, because I eventually do want to do a single turbo, and then I might run it on E85. So in order to do that, I know I need more fuel, or I probably need a little bit larger fuel pump. So this is a 255. I know they have a 340, so I might step up to the 340. I could just take the fuel pump out of the Elco and put it in the Monte, but I don't feel like dropping that tank because it's a 340 in here. The Elco will just say NA, so the 255 would work on it, but the 340 is in there now, so it might stay in there. But yeah, about the accessory drive and the brackets and everything, I did get the pulley back from my buddy. He powder coated it, well, sandblasted it and then powder coated it, so came out real nice, looks brand new. He also did another bracket that I think goes on the power steering pump or something in that area, so he did that. He can do some small stuff for now. He's working on a larger oven, so if you have small stuff that you need done, like I said, he did the door or handles and the locks on the Elco. He can do small stuff. I think he's been looking into doing different colors also besides black. So if you're local and you have stuff that you need powder coated or want powder coated, just switch it up a little bit. Hit me up and I'll pass your information on to him, put you guys in touch, and then you guys could go from there. But the reason I got the spacers and everything for the accessory drive and water pump is because I went with the LS1 style water pump. And you need to space it out a little bit so everything lines up with truck accessories. I did that because on the stock truck water pumps, this I think this is the inlet. It comes straight up here instead of going straight out the front. So hopefully it's not too dark in here. Let me open up the garage. So I'll be complete pretty soon. But yeah, with the LS1 style, this will set back a little farther, so you need to space it out. And then I'll go over why I cut the bracket for the Monte. I'm still gonna run all truck accessories, but I'm relocating this pulley right here, our idler arm. So I'm relocating that to about this area and chopping pretty much this bracket. I'm chopping it on the opposite side of these two bolts so that this piece of the bracket is gone. That way if I want to run a lower intake or car style intake, I can, and it won't hit anything. Like the throttle body won't be blocking this idler arm or anything. So that's pretty much the setup I'm gonna go with. I'll throw up a picture of what I'm talking about. I've seen it on a couple forums or anything, just doing some homework, and you can use all truck accessories. You could probably still get away with the truck style water pump, but I didn't want to. Well, nah, it'd be close. So yeah, that's why I went the LS1 style, because if you get a lower intake, throttle body's going to be hitting that anyway. So with the LS1, it'll just come straight out here and it'll allow for more clearance. But that's, like I said, I'll throw up a picture so you guys get a kind of an understanding of what I'm talking about. I know it's a mess in here. I need to clean it up before I really do any work. But you see, I already cut it off. I'll still go through and probably file this down a little bit with the angle grinder. But yeah, the bracket, it's all cut up, so I can't compare it. But it stuck out probably about that far and just blocked everything. So once this gets cleaned up, like I said, I think this relocates it. So that'll bolt on about there, and then it'll set the idler arm right about there. It's a lot cleaner look, especially when everything's painted. Like I said, I'm thinking about going black with everything. So black with this bracket, black with that bracket. I'm debating if I want to paint the water pump too, but the weather's just not playing too nice right now. Like I could do it. I just have to keep the garage somewhat closed, run a space heater in there. And I think I've moved all the spray paint that I'm going to use inside so it stays warm. That way when I spray it's not clogging up or anything. But pretty much put up a side-by-side of how everything's routed here, and then the way I'm going to do it, like I said, is just pretty much relocating this to here and grabbing a different belt. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go over a lot more in the next video. Hopefully get everything painted and everything thrown back on. I think I have all the hardware. If not, I'll have to find it. But that's it, just a quick update on what's coming. Like I said, get the accessory drive and all the brackets done. I think I have a transmission lined up, and I think the end of the month I'll be ordering the turbo kit. So if everything goes to plan, definitely by February, at least have the motor and transmission in, wait on the turbo kit, and then put everything back together.